Good morning, children. Welcome to the class. So, children, today we'll discuss our next chapter, next topic, the CPU, Central Processing Unit. And last class we had discussed about input unit, output unit, and this time we'll discuss the CPU, Central Processing Unit. The CPU or the Central Processing Unit is the main control center and processing unit. It is also called a brain of the computer as it guides, directs, controls, and governs the performance of a computer. The CPU has some subcomponents that help in carrying out the processing of a task. It means if you are giving the instructions through input devices, at the time of processing, CPU only did the processing work, and some processing tasks are held with the help of some components there in CPU, arithmetic logic unit, control unit, and registers. And know that CPU is also called the brain of the computer, and it guides, means it works all computer work. Then come to the arithmetic logic unit. The ALU performs all the four arithmetic. The sign is given here: addition, subtraction, multiplication, divide, and some logical expression greater than, smaller than, equal to, greater than, equal to, smaller than, equal to, not equal to. These operations. When two numbers are required to be added, these numbers are sent from memory to ALU, where addition takes place and the result is put back to the in the memory. In the same way, other arithmetic logic arithmetic operations are performed through ALU. So in ALU, the calculation part and operations parts are done. If you are giving any instructions of calculation, the ALU will perform its task. For logical operations also, the number to be compared are sent from memory to ALU, where the comparison task takes place and the result is written to the memory. It means if you want the answer in the format of true or false, means logical operators you are using, so it also perform a logical operator and show the report, show the result. Then control unit. The control unit CU control and guides the interruption, flow, and manipulation of all data and information. The CU sends control signals until the required operations are done properly by ALU and memory. It means it works through while the time of execution. Execution means after processing, it shows the result. At the time, it will the control unit manage the CPU, manage the flow of data. Flow of data means how to send the data and how to store the data in a memory device and how to send the result. Like this, it it store the programs. Then the CU gets program instructions from memory and execute them one after the others. After getting the instructions from memory in CU, the instructions is decoded and interpreted, that is which operation is to be performed. Then the ask perform operation is carried out. After the work of the instruction is completed, control unit sends the signal to memory to send the next instructions in sequence in CU. Means it controls while you are giving the instructions. CU controls the instructions according to what the user had given, and sequence wise CU will send the instructions to CPU. Then it process there and then show the report, show the output. The control unit even controls the flow of data from input device or to memory and from memory to output device. Then register. Registers or processor register are small units of data holding place. The CPU uses registers to temporarily hold some important processing information during the time of processing is taking place. So CPU may store some part of data or some memory address or some instructions in the process of register. Means it is used to store or hold a small unit of data, and it works, means it holds the data in temporary form, and after doing the process it takes place, and it may send the data in the memory. Then the memory, main memory and or primary memory. Well, if a computer has a brain, CPU, it must have the faculty which we call memory. Indeed, it does not process a memory. However, the memory of a computer is most unlike human memory. The human being can remember, store information for a long, whereas the computer cannot. Its memory temporary. It cannot remember anything after it is switched off. The memory of a computer is more like predefined working place. It is temporary, keeps information and data to facilitate its performance. Each memory location has a unique memory address. When the task performed, it clears the memory and memory space is then available to the next task to the perform. Means how it works is it stores the it is having a permanent memory and temporary memory. Temporary memory means if you start the computer and doing the work with computer, it holds which windows, which softwares you had opened, that it holds in a temporary memory, and work after that it will go to the main memory and store it. And if in place, if you are working with that and if more current gone or your computer shut down, then it holds that memory will, you will lost that memory like this. And here it is shows that how the memory is stored, means the computer of a computer, the memory of a computer can be thought as a cell. Each cell of further broken down into smaller parts known as bits. A bit means binary digit. That binary digit you are knowing 0 and 1. The number of bits together are stored data instructions by their combination. Means here it is given the bit memory cell, and this cell, according to this cell, our data is stored in the form of this cell. And the bit is an elementary unit of memory. 8 bits together form a byte. 1 byte is smallest unit which represents a data or atom character. Other units of memory are KB, MB, GB, TB, etc. These are here some units. Short name, full name, it is given here. 1 bit means short name is bit. 8 bits means 1 byte. 2 to the power 10 means 1024 bytes means 1 kilobyte. So student, this unit computer memory measurement, this table you have to learn, and it will that you have to learn by heart, because in all times questions will be asked about these units and you have to give the answer. You have to know about what the unit means. 1 bit equal to what, and 8 bits equal to 1 byte. Like this you have to know about up to 1 ZB means zeta byte. Since computer's main memory is temporary, so secondary memory needed to store data and information permanently for later use. So most common secondary storage media are the hard disk. So secondary storage means hard disk. You are having CD, DVD, pen drive, Blu-ray disk. These are the different secondary memory device which you are able to store the data or transfer the data. Then here parts of main memory, it is given here, random access memory and ROM, read-only memory. So random access memory means the memory cells can be accessed of information transferred from any desired random location. This is process of locating and word in memory in the same and requires an equal amount of memory. Thus the name is random access. So here communication between a memory and its environment is achieved through data input and output lines, address selections lines, and control lines that specify directions of transfer. So a block diagram it is given here how it works. See here, memory unit 2 to the power k words, n bits per word. It is given here, and how it controls the block diagram is given here. First, the address line, then read and write. It goes to the memory unit, and then its input lines and output lines is also given here. How it shows the instruction, how it store the data, like this it will work. Then the main drawback of RAM memory is that it is volatile memory. That is, when the power goes off, the content of RAM get erased. It is a volatile memory. Volatile memory means temporary it holds the data there, and if the current goes down, sorry, the data will be the data gets erased from RAM. Then the types of RAM. The RAM chips in a computer can be of two basic types: dynamic RAM and static RAM. So this dynamic and static RAMs we'll discuss in the next class. And students, from Monday you are having live class. Live class means section B is having different time, and section C is also. So one day before I will inform you about the bio section live class and commerce section live class. So uh, before going back to sleep, you have to check the timetable of your next day live class, and that day you have to be online at the time. In between the class I will not allow you to join the class, and you will be available for live class, and your live class will be started from 8, I think so, 8. So be ready. And first class timetable, the teachers will give you the timetable, and I also will send you the timetable of live class of both the section. Different classes, different time should be there. Okay, thank you.